Emotional Intelligence in the Workplace by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman's book, Emotional Intelligence in the Workplace, explores the crucial role that emotional skills play in individual and organizational success. Goleman introduces the concept of emotional intelligence, EI, as a set of skills that enable us to understand our own emotions, be aware of our feelings and how they influence our thoughts and behaviors, self-manage, effectively handle our emotions, especially in challenging situations, self-motivate, pursue our goals with persistence and enthusiasm, empathize with others, understand and share the feelings of those around us, develop social skills, build strong relationships and collaborate effectively with others. The author argues that EI is more important than IQ in determining workplace success. People with high EI are more capable of leading effectively, inspiring and motivating their team, creating a positive work environment, and resolving conflicts constructively, making sound decisions, evaluating complex situations rationally, considering their own emotions and those of others, building strong relationships, developing trust and rapport with colleagues, clients, and partners, adapting to change, handling uncertainty and stress effectively, being more productive, maintaining a high level of performance and achieving their goals. The different types of leadership. Goleman does not define a rigid set of leadership styles. Instead, he proposes a flexible framework that allows leaders to adapt their approach based on the needs of the situation and the characteristics of their teams. However, he does identify 6 leadership styles that are associated with different competencies of emotional intelligence. Coercive or authoritative leadership, characterized by high demands and strict control, with little communication and employee participation. This style can be effective in crisis situations or when quick decisions are needed, but in the long term, it can generate resentment and demotivation within the team. Democratic leadership seeks consensus and team member participation in decision-making. This style can be effective in fostering creativity and commitment but may require more time and effort to reach an agreement. Affiliative leadership prioritizes harmony and positive relationships among team members. This style can be effective in creating a pleasant and motivating work environment, but may be less effective in situations requiring firm direction or a focus on results. Visionary or directive leadership inspires and motivates the team through a clear and shared vision of the future. This style can be effective in achieving great goals, but may require a leader with a strong personality and exceptional communication skills. Pace-setting leadership focuses on execution and achieving results. This style can be effective in keeping the team focused on tasks and meeting deadlines, but may be less effective in addressing the emotional needs of team members. Coaching leadership helps team members develop their skills and reach their full potential. This style can be effective in fostering individual growth and continuous learning, but may require a significant investment of time and resources. Goleman emphasizes that the most effective leaders are those who can adapt their leadership style based on the circumstances and the needs of their team. He also highlights the importance of developing the 5 competencies of emotional intelligence to become a more effective leader. Chapter 1. What is emotional intelligence? Goleman defines EI as the ability to understand one's own emotions, be aware of one's own feelings and how they influence thoughts and behaviors, self-manage, effectively handle emotions, especially in challenging situations, self-motivate, pursue goals with persistence and enthusiasm, empathize with others, understand and share the feelings of those around us, develop social skills, build strong relationships and collaborate effectively with others. The author argues that EI is more important than IQ in determining workplace success. People with high EI are more capable of leading effectively, inspiring and motivating their team, creating a positive work environment, and resolving conflicts constructively, making sound decisions, evaluating complex situations rationally, considering their own emotions and those of others, building strong relationships, developing trust and rapport with colleagues, clients, and partners, adapting to change, handling uncertainty and stress effectively, being more productive, maintaining a high level of performance and achieving their goals. Goleman presents scientific evidence supporting the importance of EI in job performance. For example, studies have shown that employees with high EI have greater success in sales, lower absenteeism, higher job satisfaction, better performance evaluations, higher chances of promotion. The author also describes the negative consequences of lacking EI in the workplace. People with low EI may struggle to control their emotions, communicate effectively, work in teams, manage stress, adapt to change. Key points of the chapter. EI is not the same as IQ. IQ measures intellectual ability, while EI measures the ability to understand and manage emotions. EI can be learned and developed. There are various programs and tools available to help people develop their emotional intelligence. Organizations can create a work environment that fosters EI. This can include providing EI training, offering opportunities for personal development, and rewarding employees who demonstrate EI skills. Chapter 2. The Emotional Brain. The author describes that the human brain is not a single organ, but is composed of different regions that work together to perform various functions. Among these regions is the limbic system, also known as the emotional brain. The limbic system is a network of brain structures that plays a crucial role in emotions, memory, motivation, and decision-making. This region includes the amygdala, responsible for processing emotions such as fear, anger, and aggression. The hippocampus, involved in the formation and consolidation of memory. The thalamus acts as an information relay center, redirecting sensory and emotional signals to other parts of the brain. The nucleus accumbens, involved in reward and pleasure. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. Goleman explains that the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex work together to determine how we experience and express our emotions. The limbic system is responsible for the initial emotional reaction, a quick and involuntary response to stimuli. The prefrontal cortex intervenes to assess the situation and modulate the emotional response, allowing us to control our emotions and act reflectively. The author points out that people with high emotional intelligence have a greater capacity to control their emotions thanks to better communication between the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex. Goleman also describes the effects of stress on the emotional brain. Chronic stress can damage the hippocampus and other areas of the limbic system, making it difficult to control emotions and make rational decisions. Key points of the chapter. The limbic system is a network of brain structures that plays a crucial role in emotions, memory, motivation, and decision-making. The amygdala is responsible for processing emotions such as fear, anger, and aggression. The hippocampus is involved in the formation and consolidation of memory. The nucleus accumbens is involved in reward and pleasure. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. People with high emotional intelligence have a greater capacity to control their emotions thanks to better communication between the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex. Chronic stress can damage the hippocampus and other areas of the limbic system, making it difficult to control emotions and make rational decisions. Chapter 3. Emotions in the Workplace. The author begins by describing the different ways emotions manifest at work. Emotions can influence motivation. Positive emotions such as joy and satisfaction can increase motivation and performance, while negative emotions such as sadness and anger can decrease them. Decision-making. Emotions can bias our perception of reality and affect our judgment, potentially leading to erroneous decisions. Communication. Emotions can impact how we communicate with others, both verbally and non-verbally. Poor emotion management can lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and resentment. Work relationships. Emotions can influence the quality of our relationships with colleagues, clients, and superiors. Good emotional intelligence allows us to build strong, trust-based relationships. Work environment. Employees' emotions can affect the overall work atmosphere. A positive and emotionally intelligent environment fosters collaboration, creativity, and productivity. Goleman introduces the concept of emotional contagion, which refers to the tendency of emotions to spread from one person to another. In the workplace, an employee with negative emotions can affect their colleagues, creating a negative and unproductive work environment. The author also describes the role of leadership in managing emotions in the workplace. Emotionally intelligent leaders can create a positive work environment, promote open communication, and help employees manage their emotions effectively. Chapter 4. Emotional self-awareness. Emotional self-awareness is defined as the ability to understand one's own emotions, recognize how they influence thoughts and behaviors, and be aware of their impact on others. People with high emotional self-awareness are able to identify their emotions, recognize their own feelings as they occur, understand the causes of their emotions, analyze the situations and events that trigger their emotions, predict the consequences of their emotions, anticipate how their emotions may affect their thoughts, behaviors, and relationships with others, manage their emotions, effectively regulate their emotions, especially in challenging situations. Emotional self-awareness is the foundation of other emotional intelligence competencies. If we cannot understand our own emotions, we will be less capable of managing them, motivating ourselves, empathizing with others, and developing effective social skills. Strategies to develop emotional self-awareness. Pay attention to our emotions. Observe our feelings throughout the day and try to identify the situations that trigger them. Keep an emotional journal. Write down our feelings, thoughts, and behaviors to identify patterns and better understand our emotions. Seek feedback from others. Ask trusted people for honest opinions about how we behave and how our emotions may affect others. Practice mindfulness. Develop the ability to be present in the moment and observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Key points of the chapter. Emotional self-awareness is the ability to understand one's own emotions, recognize how they influence thoughts and behaviors, and be aware of their impact on others. People with high emotional self-awareness are more capable of identifying their emotions, understanding their causes, predicting their consequences, and managing them effectively. Emotional self-awareness is the foundation of other emotional intelligence competencies. There are different strategies to develop emotional self-awareness, such as paying attention to our emotions, keeping an emotional journal, seeking feedback from others, and practicing mindfulness. Chapter 5. Emotional self-control. Emotional self-control is defined as the ability to manage one's own emotions and behaviors, especially in challenging situations. The author describes that people with high emotional self-control are able to stay calm under pressure, prevent negative emotions from controlling their thoughts and behaviors in difficult situations, think before acting, reflect before making decisions or comments, especially when feeling angry or frustrated, control their impulses, resist the temptation to act impulsively and follow a more thoughtful plan of action, adapt to changes, handle changes and unexpected situations in a flexible and positive manner, persevere in the face of obstacles, stay motivated and keep moving forward despite difficulties. The author notes that emotional self-control is a crucial skill for success at work. People with high emotional self-control are more capable of building strong relationships, maintain the trust and respect of others, even in difficult situations, managing conflicts effectively, resolve conflicts constructively and prevent emotions from escalating, making sound decisions, evaluate complex situations rationally and make decisions based on logic, not emotions, being more productive, maintain a high level of performance and achieve their goals. Strategies to develop emotional self-control. Identify our triggers. Recognize the situations or people that tend to trigger negative emotions in us. Develop relaxation techniques. Practice techniques such as deep breathing or meditation to calm down in stressful situations. Think about the consequences. Reflect on the potential negative consequences of acting impulsively before making a decision. Develop a plan of action. Establish a plan to handle difficult situations effectively. Seek support. Ask for help from a mentor, coach, or therapist if you have difficulty controlling your emotions. Key points of the chapter. Emotional self-control is the ability to manage one's own emotions and behaviors, especially in challenging situations. People with high emotional self-control are better able to stay calm under pressure, think before acting, control their impulses, adapt to changes, and persevere in the face of obstacles. Emotional self-control is a crucial skill for success at work, as it allows for building strong relationships, managing conflicts effectively, making sound decisions, and being more productive. There are various strategies to develop emotional self-control, such as identifying our triggers, developing relaxation techniques, thinking about the consequences, developing a plan of action, and seeking support.